We're gonna get straight into it, y'all. Are you ready? Woo!
How do I feel coming home from this special concert? I'm ecstatic, I'm excited, I am rejuvenated. I feel, again, this is another thank you to the city that helped raise me. The Twin Cities has been so amazing to me. All of my mentors, my teachers, the bands, all of my contemporaries, it's just, I feel amazing, just to bring it home. It's been 5 years. Went back at the Orway in 2018. To me, the Minneapolis sound, to me, it was something that Prince had made popular to me, but it's all the folks that we grew up listening to. The Slide Stones, really, a lot of church, swing bands, what he took when you talk about like as far as the simulated horns, that was just like the swing era. And he took that, and I think one of the stories was he didn't have enough money to get a horn section. So he put that on a keyboard, so that became a big part of his sound. And then his drum machine, just the way he produced. But it basically comes out of the wellspring of black music at the end of the day, or at the beginning of the day, I should say.
This is, to me, kind of unusual. Maybe it's not, but you chose to utilize local talent. Who are they and why?
On drums, Brandon Commodore, who was also the drummer from In Condition for many years. Johannes Tona, brother on bass, Ethiopia, at the Roots. And Jesse Larson, amazing guitar player, who did a season on The Voice, amazing voice as well, on guitar. Dave Billingsley, an amazing musician, keyboardist, educator as well. We have on as well Lindora Turner, amazing vocalist, you'll hear her coming up. And of course the Lady Ashley Commodore, coming on up doing her thing on the vocals. Just, that's my support cast. And yeah, we just, man, I wanted to bring it home. There were so many other places I could have went to pick this talent that, when I was auditioning and trying to figure this whole solo piece out. But I think there's so much talent here, and people know about Chicago and LA and New York and Atlanta, all these, but I'm like, there's a lot of talent here, so I want to take that, mold that, show them some things that they haven't seen, and if they have seen it, they haven't seen it in a minute, and just try to develop in a different way through my vision with their support, basically. So it's been an amazing time, amazing journey, and we've all learned so much together. So it's been great. So at this point, I'm just trying to give back in those ways. That's really important to me. I've always been a communal person. That's my whole thing. Yeah. So I'm always going to have that around me. It's given me more responsibility and to have to make decisions quicker and to stick to them. And if if I fall, I learn that lesson quicker. And it makes me sharper, I think, for me, just where I'm at right now. And I think it's just a culmination of time, as well as just being, doing the solo, being on my own. But it's been, a journey, man. It's just made me, I think, sharper in a lot of areas and more focused, And that's just with doing this thing, being at this reflective stage in your life. As you get older, you start to look at, where you've been, how you do things now, how I'm going to do business, and just trying to work smarter. The state of R&B music, I believe, it's in a good place. I say quietly because people always shout loudly that it's not. You know what I mean? And I think we just have to go find it. Radio was readily accessible before. We heard so many things on radio, we didn't have to work for it. Now we just have to work for it because of technology. So there's a lot of different spaces and places that you can find all these artists that are doing amazing work, really inspirational stuff, and it's just so much of it. And that's the great part about it. It's like it's kind of put the power back into the musician's hand, to the artist's hand. So I understand when people say, well, there's nothing out there. It's like this. If you just go on the radio for that, you're not going to find it because they're going to play the same 10 or 20 songs on the playlist, which, understand. And that's a certain kind of business, which is, it's unfortunate. But it's just kind of what it is. But it's definitely out there, and I'm inspired by so many other artists that there's more people doing music now than ever. You know, because you have a laptop. Now it's a double-edged sword because everybody thinks they're a producer or a musician, and you know, I'm sure there's talent. Every human being, I believe, is a creative. They're creative. Now, to what degree the skill set, whatever, you know, it is what it is. I think in my heart of hearts, I have a lot of a jazz sensibility. So I always, you know, point to people like Ella Fitzgerald, John Hendricks, Cameron McCrae, Sarah Vaughan, and as far as singers go, that kind of thing. And by the way, the singing came second, so that was something I was just listening to. But you know, then there's drummers like Tony Williams, you know, Max Roach, Art Blakey. Those are my, you know, as far as musicians, that kind of thing. You know, of course, it'd be Prince, it'd be Stevie, Maurice White, Earth Wind. I've always loved Sugarfoot from the Ohio Players. It just, you know. So I know there's three different areas, but I have to, you know. Yeah, it's all day, right? I've been through a lot of different maturations. Yeah, for sure. And I'm still learning, man. I mean, one thing I say is just stay curious, you know, stick to your guns, do your research, dig into history. The further you go back, you always roll into the truth. So your skill set, bring your skill set up, whatever it is that you want to do, whatever industry it is. It doesn't have to be entertainment. Get your skill set up. Learn technology because it ain't going nowhere. You know, try to be friends with it and try to figure out how you can integrate it into whatever it is that you're doing. And the business of what you're doing. Learn that. So those three things: your skill set, technology, and the business. Know, you know, some folks that are on the outside that don't do exactly what you do, like lawyers and agents and people like that, you know. So, and like I say, like, stay curious, stay open, you know, don't close yourself off to anything. I mean, that's how you grow. And embrace your failures, you know. Yeah.